back. This project's just about done. We need to just finish it up and do an export. So we're going to do a little quick things real quick. So um, we're done with our project over here. So I'm going to make my windows so you can see the timeline a little bit better. Okay. I'm going to minus my timeline out. So there's all my shots to tell my story of where I'm at. And at the end of a project, you should fade out. So a couple different ways we can do a fade. I can come over here to this effects tab and I can go to video effects or video transitions. And I'm going to go to my dissolves and I'm going to go drop my cross dissolve onto the very end on the last frame. Okay, if I zoom in, you can really see that. So I'm going to undo it. And again, I'm going to go to cross dissolve and drop it on. And what it'll do is it'll fade out at the end. Okay, at the end of a movie, it fades out. At the beginning of the movie, it fades out, fades in. So I can make that longer. I can make that shorter. Okay, it's a default 1 second transition. Okay, and I want you guys to end that way. If you want to go at the very beginning, I'm going to go to the beginning of my timeline. And I'm going to move it over a little bit. I'm going to go Command A to select everything and move it over. And then I'm going to go to the very beginning and zoom in. Another way you can do a cross dissolve is right click, Control, Apply Default Transition. That does the same thing. I'm going to make that a little quicker. The other thing I would like you to do is add a title at the beginning. So to add a title, you can go Command T, or if you just hit your text tool and just click, it will put a text box in. Okay. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to grab my text tool and I'm just going to click anywhere and it puts a title in. Okay. So this is, I'm going to zoom into this so you can see it. It's a graphic. And if I want to work on this graphics, I'm going to go over to my graphics tab and we're just going to keep this simple for right now. So you got browse or edit, and I'm going to click back in here and say getting the, if I could spell or type, mail, and I'm going to center this using these tools. I'm going to make it a lot bigger. And sometimes you got to grab and highlight it for these to work. So we're going to make it bigger. And I'm just going to keep it pretty simple right now. And then I'm going to center it. And I'm happy with it. I'm going to make it a bluish color though. I'm going to go something like this. I like today. I'm in the mood for. Okay. And again, I could fade this in and out too. So I can go Control, Apply Default Transition. And it's not on there long enough. So I'm going to do a Command A. I'm going to move everything to the right. And I'm going to make this clip longer. Control, Apply Default Transition. And I'm going to delete the front. Or actually, I'm going to do a little trick here. So I'm going to go back to editing. And I want to go back to my project. So I'm going to go File, New, Black Video. I'm going to say OK. And now if I come down here, there's a black video clip. So I'm going to double click, bring it up to here. I'm going to make this 1 second, 100. Hit O for out. I'm going to go to the very beginning, insert that black frame, and that way I have a nice little section to let us concentrate before it comes in. Okay, that's way too long, right? So I'm going to come delete my, or actually I'm just going to come grab this and shorten it up. Delete to get rid of the gap. And then at the very end, I'm also going to put a black frame. Okay, so I have a nice little clean title. Okay, so I'm going to come back in the next section. So you saw how to add a title. Another way to do a title is a Command T, and that'll bring a text in too. And with that, I'm going to come back over to graphics, and I want to put a little scrolling text in. And I'll come back on the next video and show you how to do the scrolling text for your end credits.